Back in the early days when I started programming, you'd get these programming magazines and they'd have little sample programs that you could type in and understand the operation of the program. That was followed by 20 years of dark ages for most of the game industry, where there are lots of games shipping, but very little source that you could download and understand yourself. I think that's finally opening up again, with us releasing the Unreal Engine 4 source code. So I was 2 years into college. I'd been programming for about 10 years, writing all sorts of things. I wrote a game for the original IBM PC, and that led to the creation of Epic Games.
So, we're at Epic's wall of games. At one point, Epic was called Epic Mega Games. This was like back in the 90s. Epic Mega Games was not only a game developer, but almost more a publisher. People would mail in their CDs to Tim, and he'd work out how to get these games shipped out. One of the most notable ones here is ZZT. This was Tim Sweeney's. Tim actually drew this map out and then wrote this game himself. Kind of the first thing that I know that Tim built. So this side, we're getting into more the late 90s era. Jazz Jackrabbit 2, the sequel to the Eclipse game. And then Epic kind of became a real developer at this point, and we built Unreal. And Unreal was kind of the start of Unreal Engine, and also kind of the first game that I really started knowing Epic by, is playing Unreal. And I think, if anyone remembers the picture on the box here where you boot up Unreal and it does the cool camera flyby of the castle and through under the bridge, that was one of the first things that was like this awesome graphics demo built into a fun game.
Well, from the very beginning, the Unreal Engine was designed to support many different kinds of games, not just the one game that we were building at the time, and that kind of distinguished it from other early game engine efforts.
Imagine if this chunk here was maybe something of this distance.
Epic has always been a small company relative to the competition, and one of the keys to our success has been being able to accomplish a lot with a small team of artists. And so making them as productive as possible through tools, being able to see every aspect of your game in real time, exactly as it appears when you're playing, has really been a critical element.
Like when you let go of the controls, feels a lot more like a helicopter. Unreal Engine is the world-class game development platform. It's the software that when I go home, I'd want to use to realize my vision. If I have an idea for a game, I want to use Unreal Engine for that, and we want it to be the best in the world. Ever since I started Epic back in 2007, I had been interested in what would it be like if the engine was attainable by anyone. That was something that was very important to me.
Ever since the Unreal Engine 3 days, we've wanted to open up the engine to the public, release the full source so that anybody can do anything with it. We finally succeeded in releasing the full source to the public in 2014.
Making the source code available so that anybody out there can contribute back to it it was really scary at first. It was kind of a crazy thought, like, oh my god, this is going to be, we'll lose control of the engine, right? But the cool thing about it is it really unlocks a whole new functionality for people using the engine. There's no code hidden behind this barrier that you can't really tell what's going on. At any point, if something seems wonky or you just want to see how it works, it's right there. And it's a huge learning tool, especially for people starting out. You're impressed by that awesome rendering technique or how that shader is put together, well, there you go, it's right there, you can see it.
We've had awesome code contributions back to the engine too, which I think is cool. We just had a great success story with a community member, and he created a Git plugin for the engine. We assimilated that into the engine with his permission, and as of the next release, that'll be a full-fledged feature of the engine with direct support for Git. Without the source code being out there, it would have been impossible.
With Unreal Engine, we're really aiming to bring the success closer to the developer. We want to empower creativity. We want to watch people take their ideas and just go nuts with them.
Hey everyone, welcome to the weekly Unreal Engine Twitch live stream. I'm Chance Ivey, your community manager, and I'm here with some new friends and great friends of Epic, but I just met them earlier this week. We got Lee Riley and Rick Olson from GitHub. Also, we're going to get into the Game Jam finalists and play those awesome games.
Each week, we interact with the public on our Twitch channel. It's just a way that we can address our community, listen to our community, and be available.
So we kicked off the Game Jam a couple weeks ago, and we had really great turnout. There were 40 submissions. The theme was back to square one. We got some really amazing stuff, so let's watch the quick highlight reel.
So each month we have an Unreal Engine Game Jam. We say, all right, from this moment on there's 72 hours and some change. We essentially ask people to get together with a small team and build a game in Unreal Engine over that week and submit it by midnight on Sunday. really awesome to see what people can come up with this just in 3 days essentially. A couple weeks after the submissions are over, we announced 3 winners.
This one is Suspicious Detective by Niemiec and Slazewski. And this one's like a full murder mystery. I'm the detective, and so now I'm going to come in and start questioning people. What do you know about this knife? I saw Granny with one the other day. Granny had a knife. So let's go talk to Granny. Granny, tell me about this knife. Have you seen this knife? It looks like it's good for chopping stuff.
Something just gets circulated in here. It's just everywhere. And everyone's like, can you believe this? He's doing this? Like, we need to reach out to this guy. It's like, can we hire that guy? Like things like that. People are doing stuff that is blowing our rendering guys' mind, blowing our artists' mind. Like, how did they do that? Like we want to see what these people are doing.
So yeah, congratulations to all the winners.
The community has always been so giving. They're the most generous community I've ever worked with. People will spend hours doing something to help you out.
Hi everyone, we're live at Epic headquarters. I'm here.
I get to interface with our community, our very passionate Unreal Tournament community. We look at their maps, we give them feedback, they give us feedback on the game, they tell us what they like, what they don't like, so it's been a really, really great interactive experience with these guys. First of all, we're going to take a look at Captain Migraine's amazing Leah map. One of the guys in our community, his name is Captain Migraine. He's been a member of the Unreal Tournament community for a long time. He made a remake of a map that was done back in, I think, Q2 2004. We really, really enjoyed playing it, so we decided to feature it.
This is the game actually running in the editor. You can see if I turn on all the editor assets, you can
yeah, because it looks like a painting. It's gorgeous. Everybody had something to say about the map because it's one of the favorites.
He had some discussions with the competitive players on how they could improve gameplay, and so they made some of their own pickup assets and changed armor and really kind of changed the way armor worked in the whole game, and used this map as a testbed to test that, which was great.
This early access model and open source allows players not only to provide feedback, but to get in there themselves and show it or build it and contribute it back. People on both sides appreciate it. It allows us to build not only better games, but games better crafted to the audience, the people that love them.
It's becoming almost normal for developers to have a connection with the community right before their game's even close to finish now. And hopefully the model that we set with Unreal Engine and the relationship we have with our community is just help setting a precedent there.
Anybody that comes in that wants to be a part of Unreal Engine, we can help them be a part of Unreal Engine. Not just helping them make their games, but help them in the community.
I really, really do think that the future of gaming is going to be companies working with the community, letting the community shape their games and change the way the games are made.
We've operated a closed source engine for over 10 years, followed by 1 year of experience with a completely open source engine. And the open source experience has been freeing and far superior. And it's greatly magnified the rate of progress on the engine, both our progress adding features to it ourselves with the assistance of the community, and the community's progress in building games. It really has revolutionized the way that we go about developing the software. It's no longer just Epic creating our masterpiece. It's now the work of the broad community of which we're only a part.